na powerful man, na stone, na stick wey no dey break.
He was a detribalized Nigeria, and I think he won't be in a hurry to change, because the leopard, they say, will never change the sports.
He really empowered the youth, made sports in such a way that Abia State and Enyimba was heard all over, particularly in Africa.
People are crying. If it is possible, let Orji come back, but Orji will not come back. Rather, he will climb up. That is
It was 1999. The military had just disengaged from politics, paving the way for the return of democracy. Along came Orji Kalu, a young, dashing and upwardly mobile gentleman whose passion for service and philanthropic disposition preceded his emergence on the political scene. While the world celebrated Nigeria, the absence of critical infrastructure and non-payment of salaries to workers made it a period of gloom and uncertainty for Abians. Much was expected from the new government.
There was a whole lot of decay in infrastructure, and there was this need to begin to put things on the ground. People were interested in having the benefit of democracy. People wanted roads, particularly in Abia. People wanted water. People wanted steady supply of electricity. People wanted, particularly in Umuahia, the development of the city, the inflow of investment.
Immediately Orji Kalu enters government that time. He entered into infrastructural development, everything. In education, you can testify in education, a lot of development, positive change in education that time. So there's a lot of, even the office of the traditional rulers, they can testify a lot of things. There's no sector that Orji Kalu did not touch. Positive impact.
He built the road, he gave scholarship from primary school to secondary school level. It was free education. He takes care of the widows.
When he came in, it was full of expectations from the people who have not actually seen democracy work out for such a long time. Much expectations in his hands, and he pressed up to the challenge. He did the best he can within the period.
There was no road, no accessible road in Aba the time he became a governor, and it did not take him 3 months to start constructing all the roads in Aba. So he started immediately after that 1999 election. He started developing everywhere, doing roads from right and left everywhere.
In 1999, the poor state of affairs in Abia could have been considered daunting and unbearable for frail shoulders, but to Orji, it was one challenge he was poised to confront and conquer. So, drawing from his experiences in the private sector, he faced the situation headlong, and before long, President Olusegun Obasanjo, obviously overwhelmed by the quality and quantity of work done within a short time, had nicknamed him the Action Governor of Nigeria.
Construction of the roads was what made Orji Kalu very popular at that time, because he came in and did a good number of roads in Aba at a stretch. Recall that it was then that the then President Obasanjo, who came to commission one of the roads, within the first few months of takeover, government as a democratically elected government, about 3 to 6 roads were already done. And Obasanjo came to commission one of them and named him the action governor. That was in Aba. Then I hadn't joined the government. I was still a reporter covering Abia State for Radio Nigeria, and I was in that event.
Early in life, Orji proved that he had the Midas touch. At 19, he had recorded immense success in business, and through the positions he held in his 20s, either as chairman of the Borno State Water Board, chairman of the Imo State Marketing Board, or chairman Cooperative and Commerce Bank Limited, demonstrated an amazing ability to transform nothing to something. This much was recognized by the federal government when, at 26 in 1986, he became the youngest person to receive the Nigerian National Merit Award from President Ibrahim Babangida.
But if you listen to him talk about his days in Maiduguri, after his expulsion from school, how he became a carpenter or selling sell of woodwork and all of that. You see, a young person with that thinking capacity could do much more than people are doing now. That is my take. For you, a young boy, left school, and said instead of going to roam the street to say, lament his position of as having been sacked from school, he wanted to do something for himself. So I think that should tell some story about what our youth should be doing today and what they are not doing.
He did it again at 39 when, as one of the youngest governors of the era, he achieved an unprecedented level of infrastructural renewal with massive road constructions traversing the length and breadth of Abia State. Then, Umuahia assumed its rightful place among the state capitals in Nigeria, while Aba, the commercial heartbeat, witnessed a full resurgence of the entrepreneurial spirit for which it was known.
Everywhere was very nice. The roads Orji Kalu built during his time, had it been the past governor and the immediate one now, had it been that they are touching it, Aba would have been a better place for us to live, because Orji Kalu really tried in building roads.
I came into Maya in 1976 actually, and I lived here. Apart from what Fudro did then, the next administration that did something with Orji Kalu's time, when they did 23 streets and roads, including Agolo, Ibere, Okozo, Abam, Olokoro, this other side of the capital city, Kalu, Jos, and all that, the other side of the city. So it was a transformation.
Orji's road to success started with a sum of 35 naira provided by his mother, Odiokonamba, Mrs. Eunice Ozokalo.
This kind of woman, oh, this kind of woman, I never see. This kind of woman, I never see. This kind of woman, I never see.
Through deliberate strategies, deft application of his Midas touch and divine direction, the seed money grew and multiplied into billions shortly after. And with this same enterprising mindset, he embarked on a mission to reposition the finances of Abia, and it paid off. His strategies not only boosted the internally generated revenue capabilities of the state, they also worked to establish an economy that was highly rated at the time.
To a large extent, there was this sincerity on the part of government to deliver. There wasn't, by my assessment, too much politicking about it. It was more of, let us see how we can impact on the immediate environment, our community, to make people begin to believe that it is possible for democracy to thrive in our state.
Long before he became governor, Orji had established SLOC, a holding company for a conglomerate comprising many successful ventures with tentacles in some countries of Africa, the United States, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. So, being an employer of labor, he appreciated the plight of Abia workers. To maximize and sustain productivity, workers received their salaries and teachers were never owed.
We were getting our salaries regularly, and one good thing about his government then was pensioners were paid even before civil servants were paid.
Every 26th of the month, he will pay off salaries. He doesn't owe salaries. Pensioners, he pays them off. In fact, he doesn't play with civil servants.
I can't remember if any teacher was owed. I can't remember teachers being owed or pensioners being owed at that time. And of course, you know, the education is foremost in any system. And if you encourage the workers within the system, I'm sure you are encouraging your tomorrow. Probably that was what led to his insistence and making sure that people that are in charge of our future didn't didn't lack in terms of their entitlements.
How the money came, there was only one source, that was Federation account, and of course internally generated revenue. That wasn't much really then, but they were managed. The two sources were well managed, and teachers were paid. And somebody might say, well, we didn't have too many teachers then, but the issue is the number you had, you took care of. The number of civil servants you had, you took care of. And there wasn't this, and recall then too that many teachers were from other states. Yes, a lot of teachers then were from Enugu, Anambra, just as they were also in the civil service. And those people were accommodated. There was no story of we don't have enough to even take care of our people, not to talk of those who came from other places. You know, the issue of non-indigenous, which that came up, wasn't there. Everybody was accommodated.
As an entrepreneur, he learned the importance of transparency in fiscal management, a lesson that served him well in growing a little-known local trading company with a seed sum of 35 naira to a multi-billion naira business empire recognized by Forbes. As governor for 8 years, he insisted on transparency, working with a crew of professionals and eggheads in various areas. He evolved strategies that minimized corruption and promoted transparency in government business.
But I must point out something. The then managers of the economy, of the finances of the state, the accountant general then, the commissioners for finance then, were very tested technocrats. So the finances of the state were managed by people who had experience, who were very knowledgeable in the management of scarce resources.
Orji Kalu spent his early years in northern Nigeria. After his stint at the Barewa College, Kaduna, and the University of Maiduguri, where his student activism brought him in conflict with the school authorities, he plunged into business, sourcing palm oil from the east for sale in the north. Soon, he was able to diversify into other ventures using Maiduguri as base. To him, the north is as much his homeland as his native eastern Nigeria. As governor of Abia, he translated to reality his dream of a harmonious multi-ethnic Nigeria and succeeded in creating an environment that became not only a cultural melting pot, but indeed a peaceful home for all to pursue their dreams.
I'm from Kaduna State. OUK is a man who can describe as a leader who is in the leadership position to serve his people. And he came and served his people very well, to the point that not just the indigenes of Abia, those of us who are not from Abia had our own fair share of his good governance. He made us to have a sense of belonging. He carried us along to the point that we don't even have that feeling that we are not in our state of origin. He made us to carry out about our businesses just as if we are in our various states. He made Abia so conducive for us that we don't even think about going home except for one or two things that are necessary.
During his time, we have Hausas, Yorubas, Akwa Iboms, Anambra, Imo, like I am. As I am, I'm from Imo State. During his regime, I'm a civil servant at Abano local government. Immediately he left, the successor, including the people that are around him, they said that non-indigene will go. So from there, I lost my job.
I remember the PRO of the local government. Shatu was a Yoruba man, and for you to employ in the public service or the state service, civil service structure, people that are not from their place, I mean, I think it counts for you. I teach in the University of Nigeria, and if you remember when he was given a doctoral award from that university, I was at the Senate of that university, from where I spoke for 15 minutes asking the Senate to give him the award because he was a detribalized Nigerian.
A practicing Christian of the Roman Catholic faith, Orji Kalu takes his religious obligations seriously. He also believes that people of other faith have as much right as any other to live and practice their religion. Till date, the Umuahia Central Mosque, which was commissioned by the revered late Emir of Kano, Alhaji Ado Bayero, still stands as a testimony to Orji's religious tolerance and belief in the unity of Nigeria.
We were so free to the point that the man Orji Kalu built an ultra-modern mosque for us in Abia State, which is the present-day Central Mosque in Umuahia. You can go there and see it. It is OUK that built that structure for us. So we can describe him as an epitome of religious tolerance. We were very, very encouraged to the point that a lot of people who are living around had to start coming to that central mosque he built. That thing increased our population in the mosque. A lot of people were coming from outside to come and worship in that mosque.
Orji make me to admire Quran. I read Quran, I have Quran in my house, but I'm a follower of Jesus. I also believe in the of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It is from the spirit of Orji. I look at Nigeria not from the microscopic stance of it, but from the macro, because Nigeria is one entity.
When the righteous is in power, the people rejoice, is a biblical line that describes Orji. It is a lifestyle he has lived since his secondary school days, when he brought smiles to the faces of indigent students with the proceeds of his hustling endeavor, which had become manifest even then. As governor, he bonded with the people, and they responded with love.
Chueya, miri ni le na, kadere ma, miri ni
OUK is synonymous with sports. His passion for sports dates back to the days of street footballing, a passion that became obvious at the Eziama High School, Aba, where as a student he bought and donated a set of sporting equipment for the school team. As governor, he built the Enyimba Stadium and molded the Enyimba International Football Club into a formidable machine that won the prestigious CAF Champions League back to back. Orji Kalu is the pillar of sports in Nigeria.
He is popularly known as the pillar of sports in Africa. During his time, everybody remembered Enyimba, how Enyimba progressed very well, won so many trophies and all that, so he really empowered the youth, made sports in such a way that Abia State and Enyimba was heard all over, particularly in Africa. And if not for the fact that he was the governor, then people were clamoring for him to contest for CAF president then. But unfortunately, he can't be in two sides of the thing. So he actually empowered sports in such a way that he brought Abia State to a very high limelight.
In fact, the man is a lovable someone. He loves football, he loves sports. So he was the one that built this Enyimba field, Enyimba Stadium. So during that period, Enyimba was doing well in football. Now you can see it. We don't hear anything concerning Enyimba again.
Orji is a child of circumstance whose emergence as governor marked a significant turning point, ushering an era of unequaled growth and development for Abia. It was indeed a period that brought immense transformation and touched the people's lives in many ways.
Now man will love everybody. Me myself I see, so if you see thing way they do for me, you they see. I'm a widow. He they try.
It is only Orji Kalu who taught the lives for the people directly by giving them jobs. Whoever that is who is in Abia today was made by Orji Kalu. That is why Orji Kalu is unique.
He has helped so many Nigerians, not even Abia still clear. He is known all over Nigeria and beyond Nigeria, even Africa. As he's an international man. So even if you ask me who is going to be the next president in 2023, I will mention no other person than Orji Kalu.
It's been many years since Orji Kalu left office as governor, but in Abia, as in other parts of the country, his name still evokes beautiful memories of an amazing passion for service and unbeatable record of achievement. To the people, it was truly a golden era.
Orji Kalu is not as in, we can't see Orji Kalu too in Abia State. He's a man of the people.
I wish I can describe what happened when Orji Kalu came back from sojourn. After Dimodimego Juku reception, when he came back from exile, what happened for Orji Kalu in this state has never happened to any Igbo man, any Nigerian or any African. Mandela couldn't even be received the way Orji Kalu was received.
Changamano sane sababu, olele zanya.